Hey all you lovely people out there, welcome to my channel, or if you've been here before, welcome back. This is Lay here, and for today's video, I'm going to do a ranking video of all the Bratz movies. Now, I am going to exclude the kids movies, the babies movies. There's only 2 kids movies, so I didn't think it would make sense to have them on this list. And then for the babies movies, I watched one, I just couldn't get through it. It's just a little too babyish for me. But I will be ranking all the other Bratz films. I will be excluding the Bratz live action movie because y'all already know I can't. And also the 3-part TV episode titled Paris, Bratz Go to Paris. That one will also be excluded, just so you guys know. And once again, this is just my personal list. Please don't be offended if I rank your favorite at the bottom or vice versa. Just my opinion, y'all, you know. So go ahead and grab a drink and relax. And let's go ahead and get into this list. Yeah. Alright, and starting at the very bottom, number 8, we have Bratz Rock Angels. Now, I know y'all like, oh my god, Lay, what are you thinking? Yes, Rock Angels is iconic. Yes, it's nostalgic for me. I will always love it. But story-wise, it is all over the place. The girls are just chilling one day, you know, and then all of a sudden they decide to start their own magazine. Jade steals mail from Berdine. They go to London. And then they're getting stories. And then Chloe kind of disses her girls for a guy. Which I was happy about that scene because it teaches, you know, kids like, you know, just because you get a partner, don't forget about your friends, because your friends are usually going to be there. It just depends on your situation though. And then like all of a sudden they become like rock stars just like that. I mean, this movie is cute in theory, but like story wise it's just all over the place. Love the music though. Like I said, it's Rock Angels, it's iconic, but being iconic is not going to save the storyline. So just a little disappointed with that. So that's why it's number 8, unfortunately. Rolling in at number 7, we have Pampered Pets. Now, this movie is probably the most unmemorable for me, even though I like the story a lot better than Rock Angels. The girls kind of help this lady who's hoarding all kinds of animals in her house because she doesn't want them to be unalived at the shelter, and her neighbor is trying to get her property. So I do like that because those type of things do happen in real life where people are out to buy your property and turn them into stores or whatever. This movie is really cute. One thing I really love is how mature the girls look. Like you can kind of tell that they're aging up a little bit. They have different hairstyles. Sasha and Jay look so cute with their little, look at that, it's so cute. I love Chloe's long straight hair. Like it's a really cute movie, but other than that I was just kind of bored. The villain was lackluster, even though I liked his motive for trying to get the property. It was just kind of boring. The music was cute. That's really it. It just wasn't memorable enough for me, but I love the way the girls look in the movie. I do like that they help an older lady reunite with her daughter, so I really enjoyed that part. But other than that, it's number 7. It is what it is. And coming in at number 6, we have Fashion Pixies. I gotta say, I love the whimsical turn that Bratz took in this era. I know we had Genie Magic, but with Fashion Pixies, I felt like we were a little more immersed into the Pixie world. We saw a lot more magic here. And that's something that I really enjoyed. I love magic. I love Pixies, fairies. Shout out to Wings Club. So I really enjoyed like this different storyline for the Bratz. I also gotta say, I absolutely loved Lena. I think she was a great villain. I loved her motive. I loved how she wanted the humans to serve the Pixies instead of the Pixies serving the humans. I absolutely love that about her. I just wish we got more of a backstory on why she was banished. What did she do to get banished? What made her turn into like a dark pixie? Like I really want to know that more about her. I love how she just kind of controls everybody to make them join her side, to weaken the king. So I really enjoyed that. But the battle scene was pretty underwhelming for me, I gotta say. I kind of wished Lena would have turned into like this powerful sorceress Pixie, like maybe her outfit changed, her hair grew longer or a different style. I definitely would have loved to see that. But other than that, it's a really cute movie. I do love the music. It's really cool. I love their little outfits. I love their looks, the different hairstyles with the streaks. They look super cute. I do love Dylan in this movie. He is just a complete fool. I love when he gets hypnotized. But overall, this is a great movie. I love the message about friendship. It's not my favorite movie, but I could watch it over and over again. So that makes it number 6 on the list. Alright, and at number 5 we have Girls Really Rock. Now this cute little musical, I really adore the music. It's giving High School Musical vibes, even though I don't like High School Musical, don't hate me. But I loved all of the music. I really love the concept. I love how the girls went into camp being really strong and united. They're like, screw everybody else. If y'all don't like us, we're the Bratz. We're going to do what we do. And then all of a sudden, I like to see that they've crumbled. I like to see them separate. I thought that was a really great concept as well. I like when kids, movies, and shows show the main character or characters going through struggles, because it teaches kids like, hey, there's times where you can drift apart, but if you really want to, you can always find your way back to each other. I also loved how we think Anna in the beginning is going to be the villain, but she's kind of like the anti-hero, maybe. I don't know. But I love how she's the one that kind of like brings the Bratz back together. They realize like what friendship really means. And I love how Anna like finds out there's more to life than just practicing and practicing. Like, hey, you gotta have some fun as well too, especially because they're so young. They're all in like high school. So I really enjoyed this movie. Madame La Tight Bun, she was a great villain. You know, she really wanted to be a dancer, and instead she's gonna like live her fame through somebody else, or just kind of like take over. She was a great villain. Not the best, but I like to dislike her. She was cool. That ending song though, Friends Are Everything, absolutely love that. It's a banger. Love their cute little outfits. I adore it. And you also get to see the girls do their like own individual things for a little bit to showcase their own individual talent. So that's something that I really enjoyed about this movie. So that makes it number 5 on the list. And coming in at 4th place, we have Starrin' and Stylin'. I gotta say, I just love how simple this Bratz movie is. You know, it's an introduction to the characters. It's the first ever Bratz movie. I love how we see all the girls get established, learn their personalities, their backgrounds, what their interests are. I gotta say, I really enjoy that. I also love how we get to see other characters like Dana, Megan, Kobe, Cade, Eaton, characters that we really don't get to see very often, or we really don't know like their personality. So that's something that I really enjoy. I also love the story. It's so simple. Like the Bratz, they're in high school. They have a major project coming up on the weekend. You know, it's due Monday. But prom is like on the weekend, so they're trying to figure out how to do it. And they just kind of combine the two. They make prom their project. And then I love how Yasmin is the villain. Like, that was so genius. You know, we know that Yasmin is a writer. She's always been a writer. And I love how she leaks stories to her paper, the daily doings. She leaks stories about her friends and their struggles. I absolutely love that, because again, it's teaching kids like, hey, you know, having friends is great, but there will be some problems. There will be some struggles, and that's okay, because we're human. And when those problems do arise, this is how we have to fix them. You know, we have to realize our mistakes, go from there, apologize, and hopefully, you know, everything can get back on track. So I really do appreciate that. I also love how the animation is in 2D. I really appreciate that. I don't really care if they don't have noses. They are iconic the way that they are. You know, this artwork, we love it. The music is not that great, but other than that, I love this movie so much. I'm so happy I finally have it on DVD. It's just so cute, y'all. But yeah, I love this movie so much. And rolling in at number 3, we have Passion for Fashion Diamonds. Let me just say, I do not like the title of this movie. I think it's long. It's just too much. I I don't like it at all. I wish it would have been named Forever Diamonds or something else, but Passion for Fashion Diamonds, I don't know, I don't like it. But with that out of the way, I adore the story. It's very iconic and nostalgic to me. The Forever Diamonds game was the first Bratz game that I ever had. So seeing snippets from the movie and the game made me want the movie even more. And when I finally got it, I was like, oh my god, this movie is great. I really love the story, how, you know, the girls are going across country, finding all these different designers, competing against Berdine. I love Christy, aka Crispy, the third Tweevil, how she appears to be from France, but she's really from, you know, Old Plainsville as well. And Mandy. Oh, Mandy was a phenomenal villain. Her passion to win was amazing. Her drive. She did not care. She came to win. She was cutthroat from the beginning. She screwed over the Bratz, Sheridan, Tiffany, Byron. Like, she wasn't playing any games. I love that she appeared to be, you know, sweet and nice, goody country girl. But really, she was like, nah, I'm gonna win. I'm not here to play any games. I'm not here to make any friends. I love when she left the Bratz and Sheridan in Old Plainsville. And even when she lost, I was like, oh my god, this girl will stop at nothing, knocking out Byron and taking the diamond go-go boots. I'm like, this girl is serious. And that New York chase scene, that really was the most exciting footage of the whole season. Like, that was amazing. And then Sheridan jumping down the train tracks and chasing her and then saving her from the train. I'm like, oh my god, like, my anxiety was so high, like, watching that scene. I'm like, oh my god. But I think it's such a cute movie. I love the music. You've Got It is like my favorite Bratz song ever. I love the iconic Forever Diamonds looks they have, and then the Ice Champions looks at the end. I just think this movie was so cute. Unrealistic, but it's super cute and I adore it. And poofing up at number 2, we have Genie Magic. Now, Genie Magic is a really sweet story. I really love Katya as like the main character. You know, she's just like a sheltered young girl. All she wants to do is make friends. Kind of reminds me of The Little Mermaid, where Ariel just, you know, wants to be with the people. And that's all Katya really wanted, was to make friends and like have a normal life. And I really hate that her and her father are being manipulated by Con and Zell. You know, Con and Zell, they're great villains. I love their motive. They just want money. Like, that's it. They just want money. Classic good villains. And I was so happy when, like, Katya found the Bratz and she got a taste of life. I didn't like Bryce too much. She kind of just felt there. I don't know. I just didn't really like Bryce that much. But I just love how Katya, you know, learned how to be a normal girl and she was learning the ropes. And can we talk about her sacrifice? Like, this girl was like never selfish. She gave up everything for her father. And I always thought that was so sweet. You know, she didn't know she was being manipulated and the world was basically being destroyed because of her. But I just love how that final scene, she's just like, you know, no, I have to do it. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to give it all up. And in the end, she gets her wish to be like a normal girl. I think it's just so sweet. I think Katya is one of the most sweetest secondary main characters, where the story revolves around them. I think she's just such a sweetheart. And I never get tired of this movie. I love the magical aspect, like I said. And I love seeing the Bratz dressed up in their Genie Magic looks. Like, they all look so cute. Oh, such a good movie. I love the gadgets. I love how the girls are constantly fighting over wishes. Again, I love that struggle within the main character circle. But, you know, they figure out what's more important. And I adore this movie. It's super cute. I love the music as well. And I know I said I wasn't going to mention any of the kids' movies, but, you know, the Sleepover Adventure, it's got to be an honorable mention, y'all. Like, when I first watched this movie as an adult, like 2 years ago, I was shook. I was like, I was not expecting that crazy twist. Like, these girls are over here, you know, at a new friend's house, Ginger, sleeping over, telling scary stories. And then by the end of all the stories being told, they're like, the house is empty, it's old. Like, that is frightening. And it's like, you know, Sasha's scary doppelganger trapping her in a mirror. And then, like, Jade, going on that scary ride, and you know, the monsters like chasing after her, and then Megan like being alone, and like it looked like an abandoned theme park. She was like by herself, you know, getting stuck on that ride. And then like Yasmin trying to give her that bracelet, and it just kept popping up. And then Chloe dealing with like that scary dog. I was like, Lord have mercy. I'm like, this is pretty creepy. This is pretty scary. Like, it really spooked me as an adult. So I can't imagine some of y'all who watch this like children. I think it was great. I still don't really quite understand the ending. I don't know if there were monsters like all along in the movie or not. I think that's what's meant to happen, is to confuse us. But this movie is really cute. Definitely a movie that I watch during the Halloween season. The music is great. I love that Megan is in it. But this just had to be an honorable mention. I was really like surprised by this movie. Definitely blown away by that spooky ending. And at number 1, we have Desert Jewels, or aka Genie Magic 2. Now let me just say, this Bratz story, I think, is one of the most heavier and heartfelt stories. There's a lot going on here. So as we know, Katia and her dad are very close. They went through a lot in Genie Magic, you know, the first movie. And now that their happy family is being disrupted again on account of the professor wanting to, you know, just be rich again, makes a great villain just greedy, greedy, greedy. But the real tragic story of this movie is poor Alia just wanting to know where her parents were, and to find out that they were murdered. And not only that, but they were murdered by her, you know, the guy that's taking care of her now, the professor. Like, that's deep, that's heavy. And that whole scene when Katia's dad becomes a genie, and he's like telling her the truth. And you know, on the third wish, Alia is like ready to end his life, and Katia's like, wait, let me just say goodbye. And you know, that message, choosing love over hate, that's something that needs to be taught a lot more right now. Because no matter how old we are always going through things where we have to choose love over hate so many times. And that message cannot be like heard loud enough. Like, yes, this is a really sweet and fun movie. I love the music, but that message there, I mean, there's times where I'm just like, what am I going to have today, love or hate? And just teaching us to forgive and to be strong and not to choose hate. I think that is a beautiful message that some people really don't think about. And like, think about it. If you were Alia, like, could you have done what she did? Could you have given up hate? Could you have chosen love after learning that someone who supposedly cares for you and takes care of you is the reason why you're in the situation you're in? Being responsible for like the death of your parents. Like, could you have done what she did? So I love Alia. I think, you know, she's a great character. I just love like the power that she had, and you know, I love the happy ending, how Sebastian just adopts Alia and becomes Katia's new sister. And then let's talk about the professor's like untimely end. Like, this man is so consumed by greed, he's basically trapped into this cave forever with his riches. I'm like, you know, he's gonna run out of air soon, no food. Like, that's frightening to think about. But this movie is just so great. Even when, you know, like the old lady that gives out wisdom, but she's like low-key crazy. Like, I love her as well. Like, all her little warnings, I love it. We almost lost poor Lumpy, but luckily he comes back to life. Like, this movie just had me on edge, and it always makes me cry because that is such like an emotional part, you know. But y'all, this movie is number 1. I adore it. I will always advocate for this movie. It's amazing. And with that being said, that is the end of the video. So please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your ranking below as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.